Today we are going to talk about why your dog shoots out the door every single time you open it. This is a problem that so many dog parents have, and it can be fixed pretty easily. It takes the right methods, it takes patience, and you can get your dog to stop shooting out the door. What we are going to talk about today is the doorway method. I've made multiple videos on the doorway method before, but I'm gonna make this the best video I've made on the doorway method. This doorway method is not only used to stop your dog from shooting out of the door, this is the #1 method I use to train and to fix leash reactivity. Basically, the idea is if your dog knows how to hold themselves back whenever the door is wide open and they see the outside, they smell the outside, it's like a magnet pulling them towards outside. If they can hold themselves back from doing that, which is what we call impulse control, then they should be able to hold themselves back whenever y'all are on a walk and they see a dog or they see another person. If your dog does not have impulse control at home, how can you expect them to have impulse control out in public? Basically, the way that this doorway method works is that we start as soon as the leash comes out. I know there's a lot of you, especially ones that have reactive dogs. As soon as you bring that leash out, the dog knows we're going on a walk. They start getting excited. They start jumping up and down. They might start spinning in circles. They might go beat you to the door. I promise you, I've seen this so many times, and I know you watching this video right now, if you do have a reactive dog, your dog beats you to the door when you pull that leash out. That is when the walk starts, when the leash comes out, okay? If you want your dog to be more controllable, more calm out in public on a walk, that means when that leash comes out, they have to be controllable, they have to be calm. If you have the leash on your dog and you're walking towards the door and they try to beat you to the door, you have to turn around. You cannot let them lead you to the door, because if they lead you to the door, then they will lead you outside. It's all the same thought process. You have to remember, everything that your dog will do inside, they will do it outside. All right. So if you can't get your dog to follow you inside the house instead of leading you, then you won't ever get them to follow you outside the house. Every single time they get too far ahead, I'm turning around. Okay. And it's fair. It doesn't have to be mean. It doesn't have to be a punishment. It's just the way it is. You have to stop letting your dog lead you to the door, because your dog will just try to slip out. Once you get your dog to stop leading you to the door, now we can open the door. When we open the door, a dog that leads you to the door is definitely gonna try to shoot out the door as soon as you open the door. That is when we do the turnaround method again. If they walk through the door without you, you turn around, go back inside, try again until they stop leading you to the door. Then we move on to the next step. All right, once you get your dog to stop trying to walk out the door without you, you entice them to go out the door without you. So y'all both stand at the door. You tell them a release word. You say, okay, give them the opportunity to walk out the door without you. The point of this is not to be unfair. The point is to show them that even if you hear a release word while you're on the leash, that doesn't mean that you still leave me and walk through the door without me. That's why I take my dogs close to the door. I sit them down. I tell them, okay. And if they try to walk through the door, even when I give them a release word, I turn around. I go back inside. We do it again. I do this until I say, okay, and they don't walk through the door. They need to hesitate or just not even walk through the door in general. This is teaching them that you still need to have impulse control on the leash, even if you hear okay, even if you see a dog that you like, even if you see a person that you like, right? Even if you see a squirrel, even if you see a leaf. If you are on the leash, you still need to pay attention to who has the leash, the leader. That is why I stand at the door and I entice the dog to go out without me. Once they realize that just because I hear okay doesn't mean I can leave whoever has the leash and walk through the door, now we can finally move on to the next step, which is getting through the door. Once you have a dog that doesn't lead you to the door, doesn't shoot out the door when it opens, doesn't walk through the door, even if you say okay, they're still waiting for you to walk through the door first, that's when you are able to lead them through the door and walk through the door. Right? And if you do this every single day for your dog's life, every single day, it could be, like I said, it only takes 5 to 10 minutes. Every single day, make sure that they never lead you through the door or to the door again. Then you will have dogs that don't shoot through the door, even if it's wide open. That is what you want from your dog. That is how you stop your dog from shooting through the door. And that is how you help cure leash reactivity and impulse control, the doorway method.